Hey, what's up? It's Alex. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Coming to you live from my apartment, this is the Short News with Alex Mador.
Yo, what's up? That was unprofessional. Welcome back to the Short News. I'm Alex Mador. Does that matter? I don't know. Anyways, sorry we've been gone for a while. I haven't been feeling well. I have acid reflux. It's really bad. It's been fucking with my voice to the point where I've just been in pain, laying down all the time. My throat feels like it's burning. That whole thing, I couldn't do anything with my voice. And podcasting is all about the voice. Susie, why do you choose now to sit down right in front of the mic? Right when I start recording, this cat decides to get right in the way of everything. You gotta adjust the way you're sitting. Anyways, I'm on acid reflux medication. I've given it like a week, upped the dosage, that type of stuff. Feeling significantly better. It still feels like there's a lump in my throat, which is like a globus sensation, they call it. And it's very annoying and concerning when it happens. So that's fun. That's all fun, right? Yeah, totally. Totally crazy. Oh my God. So I didn't really have a voice, which was just making me really depressed, and the news is really depressing too. But whatever, we're here. And the news is still depressing. Oh yeah, it's Memorial Day. How many people are going to go by the coronavirus guidelines? Not many. Beaches are open in certain states. That means people are going to flock. All those man boobs, 50-year-old man boobs everywhere. I hate the beach. I hate the beach. You get sand in places you don't want it to get, and then you see all these gross ass, really red, sunburned 55-year-old men just walking around with like a beer in their hand. Like, what are you doing? Don't you have kids to spend time with? Like, they're the kids that you're not watching that are probably gonna drown. Like, I hate the beach. I used to like going into the water because it was like a thrill to get tugged by the wave and all that. But then I became a teenager, and all I wanted to do was drugs and women. And video games. That never changed. But the beach stopped being cool. You step on shells and shit. It's like, ow, fuck. Why do I want to be here? I could be inside with air conditioner, playing a video game with my friends. Not sandy everywhere. And then the worst part is when you get back to the car and you're still all sandy and you got to sit in the pleather seats and you got like wet sand stuck to you, and now it's on the seats and like on your legs and on your shoes, and I can literally feel it when I talk about it. I hate the beach. Last time we went to the beach was in New Jersey last summer, which was, of course, like way before coronavirus was even like an idea in people's heads. But we went there to eat dinner, and I was like, oh, I hate the beach. And, you know, it's typical New Jersey beach. You see all the red, like I said, the red 50-year-old dads. I'm just going to make them older every time I say the red 60-year-old dads. Like, the beach was fun for me when senior year of high school. I went with a bunch of friends like a bunch of girls, brought a cigar or two. A couple of the dudes came. There were drinks, all that kind of stuff. It was fun. Because, like, I wasn't forced to be there with family. That was something I volunteered to go with these people and have a great fucking time. Even then, though, you can only do so much on the beach. You sit there, you get sun, you play with, like, a football or something, and then go in the water, realize the water's too cold, and the beaches in Connecticut have no waves. So, fun. So much fun. Then I lit up a cigar, and some of the girls were like, "Ugh, I don't want to be near that. Ugh, that's so gross. Why do you smoke?" Which, cigars are disgusting. They really are. I don't know how anyone can actually enjoy them without just pretending to enjoy them. Anyways, fuck the beach. It's stupid. Unless you surf or boogie board or wakeboard or whatever, unless you do any of the boardings or nautical sports, why are you at the beach? To check out girls? That's just creepy. You're a creep. Anyways, if you want my advice, wait on the beach at least until June. At least until like mid-June. Like, I have a doctor's appointment for this reflux that I can't go to until mid-June because of this whole virus. So if I can wait for that, you can wait to go to the beach. Come on. Please. Do it for your fellow man and woman. And gender-neutral people. And anything else around and in between. You ever eat at the beach? That's the worst. That's the worst part of the beach, is like lunchtime. When your friends or family like, oh, here's the sandwiches, or we're gonna go get food or whatever. And then you go, you get the food, you sit back down in the sand or on the towel, which the towel still has sand. And you don't know how, but somehow sand always gets in the food. Now you've got sand on your lips or face for whatever reason. You went in the water, you fell in the sand from diving to catch a ball, whatever. Now you got sand in your food, around your food. It just feels uncomfortable. Why? Why do this to yourself? The beach is dumb. I'm not a fan. Oh man, my voice was doing so well, and then it faltered out for a bit. Alright, well, instead of talking about the beach for another 7 minutes, what else? 2 hairstylists who worked while symptomatic potentially exposed 140 clients to the virus. Hey man, you gotta make a living, right? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Why were the hairstylists even open? Where was this? Missouri. Oh, it was in Missouri. We don't care about damn corona. Damn China virus, that bullshit. We enslave tigers and molest our sisters and Missouri infecting or exposing 140 people while symptomatic. That's so stupid. You should be jailed for that. Yeah, both stylists had symptoms while at work, officials said. They did not provide details on their conditions or when they tested positive. Incident highlights the dangers of community spread in the United States as stupid businesses are reopening in certain states. I don't know, being in the epicenter of all this, it's different. My outlook on this whole situation is very different, or perspective, I guess. Because it's so extreme here. Everything is closed. I know people that are moving out of the city, back in with family. Because A, they're out of a job, and B, they don't want to live alone and not see their family anymore. So they're moving out, moving back home. This shit is fucking up people's lives. Left and right. So how come some people are just opening back up and others of us are fucked? By the way, still haven't gotten my unemployment yet. I got approved. I don't know how much I'm getting. Could be $0 on the key bank card I'm getting. I don't know. But this shit's whack. If our government had better prepared for this whole thing, I don't think we'd be in as bad of a predicament. But yeah, hindsight is 2020, whatever, and I'm not the president. I'm not his advisors. There's nothing I could have done but tweet, "Hey asshole, this is real." And I'm pretty sure I did that. And he doesn't listen. He probably I know he reads his tweets because he's that big of a narcissist. I know he's read some of the things I've said. Because one time I told him, "Go choke on your Sudafed, you orange piece of shit." And then I got banned from Twitter for like 24 hours or whatever. One of his people, or him, got me banned. He feeds off of the hate on Twitter though. If anybody tweets at him, he like loves that. When people are mad because of what he said or did, it gives him the jollies in his willy. In his little willy. Little willy. Jollies in his little willy. Oy, shay. Well, my cat is being a really good sport during this episode. Usually she like gets in the mic and starts breathing really loud. She has a misshapen nose. I probably talked about this. So she snores quite often. We were really concerned at first, but the doctor was like, as long as she's not mouth breathing, you're good. She may have gotten kicked in the nose or something by her previous owner. Because she used to be afraid of men. Just completely afraid of men. Except me, because I'm not a real man. No, because my testosterone levels are like limited. I'm a very effeminate man, I would have to say. If I'm being real, too sensitive. Like, I'm pretty sure I cried during Charlie St. Cloud. I don't even remember what happened in that movie. I just know Zac Efron in a sad movie. How did we get here? What was I saying? Just that this whole situation is fucked? Oh yeah, hindsight. Oh yeah, I was talking about like people moving out. Yeah, like a lot of my friends moved out of the city. It's crazy. It's crazy. We live in a scary, scary world. And I've been having weird dreams. Like I had this one, I'm going to talk about it on Useless Garbage. You got to go check out Useless Garbage. www.anchor.fm/uselessgarbage, or just go to shortnewspod.com. It'll be there. That's where we talk about all the fun stuff. Anyways, back to it. It's just been stressful. I know for everyone it has been at different levels. But I was in class, one of my final classes. We were doing our thesis presentations, and it was unbelievable the shit that people are going through right now. Somebody I know lost 3 family members to this virus. It's very, very real, and it is true that it's affecting certain communities more than others, and that's fucked up. And another person there was like, "Oh, guys, like, just remember, Cuomo and de Blasio, they acted too fucking late too. Don't give them a pass." And I thought about it and I was like, oh shit, yeah. And I looked back, Cuomo was calling this like a blown out of proportion or something along those lines. De Blasio was voicing something similar. Like, you guys suck. You politicians are so stupid. If I ever become famous and Illuminati, Cuomo, you are fucked. No. Cuomo, you're fine. I like Andrew Cuomo. De Blasio, you're a piece of shit. So, like, honestly, Mary McCheese has more experience than Bill de Blasio. That's why you guys should vote for Mayor Michael McCheese for president. If you are an undecided voter, you can follow him at RealMCheese on Twitter. Currently in I'm in an argument with somebody on Twitter about not voting. Not voting is an option. Okay, well then fuck you. That's what. Then you're just not participating in this democracy. You're not moving us forward. You're moving us backwards. I know, we did a lot of McConaughey on this show. Gotta move backwards before you go forwards. But how far backwards do you want to go? You know, the current president is kind of an urgent issue that needs to be dealt with. And if that means electing a fucking weird, creepy loser who is less creepy and less of a loser and less dangerous than the current situation, doesn't that seem a little bit like the logical thing to do, to vote for the less bad person to make sure that people are protected? Like, if you have that luxury of not voting, of not participating because this election doesn't affect you, you're fucking privileged. You're fucking privileged. The consequences don't affect you. Therefore, you're not gonna vote. Like, how stupid can you be? Not voting doesn't do anything but make you feel good for 30 seconds. Until you come back to reality, and reality sucks because Trump is president. And he's gonna be. I'm calling it right now. Biden is going to lose. We're gonna have 4 more years of Trump. I guarantee you that. 105%. Not just because of the never Biden people. There's a lot of people that are in Trump's camp. He has a lot of support still. People want to look at the polls and say, oh yeah, like his approval rating is down. How many people still love this guy though? His ride or die people are still going strong, and they're the loudest. You go on his Twitter and see that, you know that guy, Real Defender? Anybody see him on there sucking Trump's dick? America has the greatest president of all time, like he says on every single post, and then pays to get like bots and retweet bots on it to make it go to the top. And Trump has retweeted him before, and this Real Defender guy is so proud of that. Retweeted by President Trump. Oh, he makes my willy go calm. Susie just looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? What is your problem? My problem is that there's people out there, Susie, that aren't gonna vote. Are you gonna vote? Susie, are you gonna vote? She says she can't because she's a cat. Well, that's a good excuse. Maybe if cats could vote, we would win this election. Trump has never had a pet in his life, I'm sure. You really want a man that's never been around animals before to be your president? Like, I get it. Bernie was a good choice. Bernie is the candidate America needs, but not the one it deserves right now. Or no, it's the other way around. The candidate the people need, but not the one it deserves right now. Is that what I said? Deserves, not the one it needs not the one it deserves. I don't know. One of those. Batman. Like, we need somebody like Bernie in the future. But we have to work our way there. We can't just go from one extreme and jump over to the next. That's just going to make a whole lot of people pissed. You've got to slowly get there, and then all the people that disagree with you from the older generations will slowly die out. And then you've got a whole bunch of like-minded people. You got to be patient with change. It doesn't all happen at once. It doesn't happen overnight. We're also accustomed to immediate gratification, but that's not how government works. Especially not ours. Look at how long it takes for a government site to load. You think they're about efficiency? I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's just the way the system is set up. It's an antiquated system. From the 1700s. Come on. It needs an update. We need Constitution OS 2. Just an upgrade to the firmware, you know? What else is in the news? Let's take a look here. 3 ways to handle your credit score during the COVID-19 crisis. Okay, so what the fuck are we going to talk about? I guess one more thing. I'm going to give you guys a TV suggestion for quarantine. If you have Hulu, I highly suggest checking out the show Dave. Follows the rapper Lil Dicky. who actually came to my college. Only 100 people showed up to the concert. It was kind of embarrassing. I felt bad. There were a lot of cocaine parties going on that night, and I don't think people were going to give that up to go to a Lil Dicky concert. I'm sorry, Dave. I went. I was there. I didn't go to the coke party. I went for you, Dave. It was awesome. He's funny. Anyways, the show is great. A lot of modest, self-deprecating type humor. Very Curb Your Enthusiasm-esque meets Atlanta. I enjoyed it a lot, thoroughly. Yeah, so I think it loosely follows his life. And he has a girlfriend. He's trying to be like a normal dude, but also interacts with all these, big name rappers. He got a lot of big names on the show. And the music is good. It's funny. I would say definitely check that out. It's only 7, 8 episodes, but there will probably be a season 2. I don't see them dropping this show. Sorry, my reflux is acting up again. This sucks. Don't drink too much coffee in your life. That's the other advice I'm going to leave you with. Because coffee is super acidic, really fucks up your stomach. It'll come back up, and if it comes back up enough times, that's going to damage your esophagus because that stomach acid comes up with it. And that's just burning your throat over and over. So it hurts. It hurts like a lot, and it fucks up your voice. And if it does that enough, it messes up your voice permanently. It's no good. It's no good. So you want to avoid coffee, eating too unhealthy, eating or drinking anything 2 hours before bed, I believe. Take antacids. If you feel that regurgitation happening, address it. Don't just ignore it the way I've been. Because I wasn't taking it seriously, but now I use my voice a lot, and I depend on it, more than I ever have. So I gotta keep it around, And dealing with this has been a really, really good thing. Because I've been so scared. Oh my god. Anyways, I think for the rest of this episode, I'm going to add useless garbage to it. Because I think for now, because that show is not for the life of it being distributed to iTunes or Apple. It's what's going on here? Anchor, if you're listening, oh, you're not. On the other one, they will be. Alright, well, this has been the short news. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry we've been gone. We're going to head over to useless garbage now, but stick around on this episode because it'll be on this episode. Just pasted right there. So, 3, 2, 1, useless garbage.
Coming soon to a quarantined apartment near you. One man, one destiny, one way to fight it all. How will he stop the darkness? He is the chosen one. He is Donald Trump. Christopher Walken plays the American renegade hero as he steamrolls the competition and the Constitution.
Now, Rudy, listen to me. If you don't get the damn dirt on Biden, I'm gonna grab your balls.
The Washington Post says, I don't understand this casting choice. The New York Times raves. Nobody needed to see a sex scene of Christopher Walken as Trump and his wife played by Sofia Vergara. That was just weird when she shoved that watch into his ass.
Oh, Melania, that was crazy. Put a watch all the way in my ass. How much do I pay you now?
Follow Donald Trump as he stomps on the liberties and makes a mockery out of the criminal justice system for his own personal gain. Michael Bay directs this action-packed political thriller where Donald ends up battling his mortal enemy, Barack Obama.
Now, Donald, you're forgetting about human rights. Human rights are for losers. I am no loser.
Donald J. Trump. Endgame. Coming to Fox News November 3rd.
What is up? If you're coming here from the short news, welcome to Useless Garbage. If you're coming here for Useless Garbage, also welcome to Useless Garbage. So this is a show where we talk about just anything. I actually wrote down talking points today. So yeah, what's been going on? I have been, well, you guys know I've been struggling with this reflux situation, but it's gotten much better. We don't have to dwell on that. What has been going on? My God. I started listening to a lot more podcasts. I've expanded my my tastes. Now, every time I say now, it's like Christopher Walken now. Now, I started listening to Call Her Daddy, which they're kind of in either hot water. They're having an issue with Barstool, like a contract issue. I wish them the best. I really do. All I can say is $500,000 a year as base salary. That's pretty fucking good. I would have taken that in a heartbeat. For this show? For a show called Useless Garbage? Or no, the short news is in the top 200 news podcasts on Apple. Huh. That's gotta be worth something. I would take $100,000 a year. I would. I'm not greedy. I want to be able to do stuff like this for a living. I don't want to be rich as shit. I want to live comfortably. I want to be able to eat good. But I'm not greedy like that. So Barstool, if you're listening and need a good new podcast, you can pick up 2 right here. And I'm not that expensive too. And I have all the equipment from home. But they're a good podcast. I like their dynamic. I like the stuff they talk about. It's very up my alley. A lot of sexual stuff. So was it yesterday morning I was listening to that podcast and they were talking about sexting and they were in the middle of saying what you need to say is I'm so wet right now. And they kept saying that. And Ashley had just woken up and walked into the room, so she hears me on my phone with, I'm so wet right now. And she's like, What are you doing? I'm like, no, it's a podcast. It's called Call Her Daddy. It's 2 girls. They talk about stuff. She was like, okay. Why do podcast names have to be so embarrassing for the people that listen? Call Her Daddy, Tiny Meat Gang. Those are the only 2 I can think of. Mom's Basement. Anyways, sorry, there was a siren. That was a good podcast. What else am I listening to? Cold Ones. They're interesting. They don't do episodes often. Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend is another one I listen to. It's pretty much the Conan show, but more casual. I love it. Conan, I think, is great. Just a ball of sunshine. I'm not saying that sarcastically or anything either. He's great. So full of energy. Love Conan. And this one, so I think people need to listen to this podcast. I think is pretty slept on. Ecolectics by my boy Bobby. Ecolectics. ECOLECTICS. A podcast about the philosophy of nature. So if you're into smart people stuff, intellectual conversations about our environment, go check out Ecolectics. That's my dude. He was one of the only ones in the Eco Cult House that I've talked about that I actually like and still talk to to this day because I didn't vibe with those people. They were very alienating and not really appreciating the fact that I was struggling with mental health issues. Really, a lot of them are into the environment more for the image of being about it and looking like a cool hippie to everybody on the outside. But there are the select few that were actually there that cared about the environment. And I cared about the environment, but mostly I joined because one of my friends was like, you have to. And he essentially recruited me because he was like, I don't have any like roommates. I don't know what I'm going to do. This sucks. And I felt bad and was like, okay, fine, whatever. Big mistake. Anyways, good podcast though. Highly suggest listening to Ecolectics. Okay, that was my shout out right there. Those are the podcasts I've been listening to. Oh yeah, Trailer Park Boys present Park After Dark. That's a really good one. They're doing some quarantine podcasts. How long have they been doing this? Since 2018. Okay. So if you guys like the Trailer Park Boys and you missed that show, I don't know when it's coming back. They're in character for the podcast, which is pretty cool. They do a decent job of staying in character. They do a really good job of staying in character. What am I saying? How long has that show been around? Like forever. If you're sleeping on Trailer Park Boys, you need to watch that show. 2001. Damn. That made me want to move to a Canadian trailer park. It's just so simple. It's just so simple. I thought about when I lived with my mom in my, 18 and 19, for those 2 years of adulthood that she allowed me to live there. I always thought to myself, you know what? Like, I have a job. Why don't I fucking rent a trailer park nearby in Danbury? And, I got my car. I can make do, have my own place. Like, as long as I'm by myself away from my mom, I'll be happy. Because I was already spending 20 hours of the day or whatever, like 20 hours of the day, like just in my car, or less than that. I'm exaggerating, but yes. Can I help you? But then I thought about it, and minimum wage in Connecticut is not nearly enough to even afford a trailer park by yourself, I don't think. And I didn't want roommates. Like, I wanted more than anything at the time to be alone. I had never had privacy growing up. Then I got to college and I had a roommate. His friends were always over eating my snacks. Motherfuckers. Then I'd get home, and when I was at the house, my mom would just be in my face. So I didn't really have anywhere to go. I just would get in my car and drive for 8 hours. Yeah, I know. It's a lot of gas. Could have been paying the rent on a small apartment or something. But I was young. I wasn't thinking about these types of things, and I was going back to college. How would I be able to pay for a trailer home while I'm gone? It just wouldn't work. I would have so much rather lived in Danbury than Ridgefield. Oh my god. Ridgefield is just, it's this small town, very small. You could fit like 5 Ridgefields in Yankee Stadium. Maybe more. Small town, demographics. I can pull up the demographics now. I think that's important to know, because I'm half Korean and they don't take well to my kind. This will be good. Ridgefield, CT, race, demographics. What the fuck just happened? Race, demographics. I can't type. Okay, so, wow, okay. 91.69% white. 91.69% white. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Fuck these bells in the background. Fuck church. What the fuck? Sorry, religious people. So, okay, what's the breakdown of the rest of the 9%, the 8.3%? Oh my god, that sucks. 3.04% Asian, 2.59% two or more races, other 1.61, Black or African American 1.08%, Native American 0, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander 0. This is 2020 population demographics. This is where I grew up. 92% almost people are white. And I would say like 80% of those people have never been in contact with a black person in their life. And if they have, they were scared the whole time. Or they're the type to be like, oh yeah, I have a black friend, so I can say the N-word. But I've heard so many white people in my town use that word just so liberally, too. Like, oh, don't be a... Dude, you're being such a... Yeah. It's like, if you did that shit where I used to live in Harlem, holy fuck, bro. You would die. That shit doesn't fly in New York City. It doesn't. It's just funny how gutsy these people are, and then when they step outside of their Ridgefield bubble, they're fucked. I was fucked when I first went to college. I didn't know anything. I was so immature. I was so ignorant. Not ignorant. And it took a lot of experiences and people of, all different backgrounds, all different experiences, not just the Ridgefield 91% white, 92% white experience. It took that social education for me to better understand the world and form actual opinions about things, because I didn't have an opinion on anything, about anything. I wasn't really allowed to growing up, and any opinion that I had, I was called a faggot for, whether it be at home or at school. Now look at me, faggot's got a podcast. But those demographics seem about right to me. Growing up, there was a small group of Asians in my high school, 5 that I knew. Okay, 6 if you include me. Maybe 10. Okay, 9 or 10. I'm thinking about it. There's a couple. But that's the only minority. Did it even say Hispanic on there? Most of the people that get arrested or pulled over in my town are Hispanic last names. It's really fucked up. They profile. Ridgefield police has nothing better to do but go after minorities. And to go after people with weed, teenagers. Break up parties. That's all they're good for. The occasional domestic dispute at my mom's house. Okay, so yeah, there were some Asians. There were maybe one Hispanic person. Not even. I can think of 2. One is a famous model now. Yeah, I had a crush on her. She would ask me questions in social studies, and I would just be so scared of her. I used to be scared of girls. I don't know how to explain it, but I wasn't comfortable with physical contact with females until maybe 4 years ago. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, yeah, so 2 Hispanic people. One black kid, and he was half black. So I think he would be in the 2 or more races section, which is 2%. That was the one. That was just the one, No, wait, 2. Okay, 2. Isn't that crazy? Just shows how unequal shit is in our country. Economically, well, in every way. Socially, economically, socioeconomically. This is why I'm going into sociology. I want to help figure out why it's happening and how to stop it. And part of what I'm studying, I want to go into deviance. And if we can figure out why children act out the way that they do, then maybe we can help the developing minds shape their future better, you know? That's my goal. I could have used that when I was growing up, definitely. Not saying I was troubled, well, until maybe I turned 18, 17 or 18. But yeah, so people were mad racist in my town. What were some names that they called me? Ching Chong, Ching Chang Chong, calculator. I'm not even good at math. That's the funny thing. I didn't get that gene. I'm so bad at math. I hate it. Tiny penis was another one. Chink. Yeah. Which if you don't know is like the N-word for Chinese people. I'm not even Chinese. That's even worse. They didn't know the one for Koreans, and I'm not going to teach it. There's a couple. There are. And then there were others that weren't racial. Like there's Gaydor, May Gay. Those are the two off the top of my head. A lot of people would make North Korean jokes. One time these dudes threatened me that if North Korea ever did anything to the US, they would lynch me. And they were like, yeah, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm serious. And I was like, well, I'm South Korean. And they were like, I don't care. It's the same fucking shit. And I was like, well, geographically and idealistically, no, they're not, but okay, yeah. Guess I can't do anything there. It's just crazy. Like, you could cancel that whole town. I should write an expose on the people of that town, because it is bad. Everybody I talk to outside of Connecticut is like, oh, like you grew up in a really nice place. Like, I love visiting Connecticut. I'm like, yeah, you love visiting Connecticut. But living there, you see what's on the inside. And underneath all those parks and trees, at least where I lived, are some shitty sociopathic white people. And when there's so many white people that are rich and ignorant and racist and don't like you, and not many people like you, it's a bit of an issue, you know? Bit of a problemo. Un problemo grande. Ha ha ha. Oh, I could go for Mexican food. Oh my god. Damn it. I'm gonna get food after this. Oh, let me just take this. Don't worry, it's medical marijuana. I'm just taking my meds. It's a 1-to-1. If anyone's curious what I'm using from my dispensary lately, I'm not going to shout them out just because I don't know if I can shout out medical marijuana. Okay, well, you know what? To my New York medical marijuana users, Vireo Health, Vireo, Vireo, yeah, yep. And they have all kinds of goodies, medicine, in all the different delivery forms except for the actual flower, the actual buds, because in New York that's still not legal, because even at the medical level, because you can't measure how much like THC and CBD is going into your body like exactly in good doses with flour, because it's inconsistent. It's flour. But when you condense it down to the oil form, that's when it becomes legal, because you can measure that. You can measure those doses really well. So yeah, I've got a 1-to-1 THC CBD ratio going on, and that's a perfect mix. That'll hit the same way as flour. You want both. You do want both, because the THC gives you those psychological benefits, those psychotropic or whatever benefits, and the CBD gives you more of like a wellness, so like healthy. I don't know. It's supposed to help with concussions, regenerative properties, and also CBD. Like strains that are high in CBD, they're saying may help prevent you from getting the coronavirus. How great is that? Another reason to smoke weed, another reason to get your medical card if you have any of the conditions that qualify you. Because right now, coronavirus isn't really one. That would be cool though. Imagine the cure turns out to just be weed. I want that. I need that in my life. I already have it, never mind. It's great because I used to be so paranoid about buying weed, picking up from sketchy dealers, and whether it be in Connecticut or New York or wherever, at college, that always scared the shit out of me. Because I was like, I knew one day this was going to go wrong. And one day it almost did. I was on my way to my dealer's house. I was, 19. I had to be 19. I still had my car. So I'm driving through Danbury. I'm on my way to my dealer's studio. He's a rap producer. And I am maybe like halfway there when I get this really bad feeling in my stomach. Just like something is wrong. I don't know what it is, but I should not go. So I didn't go. I called up my other dealer, got weed, went home. Checked the news, the Danbury news, and whose face do I see in a mugshot? My weed dealer. And I'm like, oh shit, that's why I didn't go. Something told me to turn that fucking car around. And I'm so glad I did, because this stupid kid, stupid kid, got caught in there by the police. Like, he wasn't being low-key enough, I guess, and led the police right to him. So stupid. I think he also, this kid, like, beat up his mom recently. Oh yeah, this kid, I'm looking him up. He's such a shithead. But now I don't have to worry about that shit unless the feds come, because weed is still illegal at the federal level. They can come in and do whatever the hell they want whenever they want. I would just hope that they don't be dicks about it. That would really suck. Because medical marijuana has helped a lot of people. Marijuana in general, I think, has helped a lot of people. I use it for my PTSD. I got in a really bad car accident. Had a really fucked up childhood that you guys know. If you've listened to this, you know. To an extent, you know. And so I have a lot of fucked up flashbacks and moments where I just kind of go catatonic. And to relieve that, I smoke vape certain strains of oil cartridges from the dispensary. And it's super beneficial to me. Back when I used to smoke weed growing up, that helped me get over a ton of shit. I had Tourette's tics from 3rd grade to early high school. I started smoking weed. That calmed down whatever that was in my brain that needed to make noises, just stopped. Like, I was able to gain the tools to calm down that part of my brain because of marijuana, cannabis. Why do we call it marijuana? That's just to scare people with the Spanish name of it.
Marijuana. The devil's cabbage.
But it helps with my anxiety. I naturally don't have an appetite and never have. My parents would always make fun of me for my lack of eating. But I just don't naturally have whatever it is that tells people to eat. So when I consume cannabis, that's what does it for me. That's what helps me eat. It doesn't help like a lot. The rest of it, the work, I have to really push myself to eat. But it gets me to that point. It helps. I don't know. I personally think it has a lot of benefits. My mom would disagree with me, but you know what? Fuck her, right? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, though. Not only have I been consuming cannabis medically, but I've also been drinking a lot. Since this whole pandemic started, my drinking has increased tenfold. Like last night, like I went through this past week was really good for me. I took like a little breaky poo from my binge drinking. I took it easy. Just kind of gave my stomach and my liver a break. It was good. It was a good thing to do. I should do it a lot more. But then yesterday came around and I had too many. I had way too many. It hurt towards the end. I had to put the drink back in the fridge. I was like, no, I'm gonna tap out. But it gets to a certain point in the day where I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing anything. I've run out of shit to do. I graduated college now. Like, there's no jobs. I've got unemployment coming, hopefully. So that'll help a little bit. Then I do this podcast game, and you can only play so many rounds of Call of Duty before you want to do something else, at least for a little bit. So then you play Animal Crossing, but you can only do so much in Animal Crossing where you're like, all right, I've kind of exhausted this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Forgive me if I'm wrong about Animal Crossing. I haven't read enough of the manual to know what you can fully do. I'm sure there's a shit ton that I'm missing out on. We'll cross that bridge once we get there. So then Animal Crossing. After that, what is there? I can make eggs. That takes about 15 minutes. Set up the projector. Put on some music videos. Some YouTube. Check in on the Ethan Klein Keemstar beef. And you can't really run out of things to watch on the internet, so that's good. But I don't like just sitting and watching things. I like sitting and playing things. The only games that I like are Animal Crossing and Call of Duty, though. I hear Fortnite is much easier now because of aim assist, but on PC with controller, it's much easier. But Fortnite, I put so much time into Fortnite, but I put so much more time into Call of Duty. Call of Duty's still fun. Fortnite is not. Because, okay, with Fortnite, it's just a battle royale game. And that's it, in one map. Yeah, it's a big-ass map, and you can play it all different types of ways, but it's pretty much the same game over and over. Like, you go in with 100 people, jump out of the plane, go hide, gather materials, build shit, hide, gather more materials, and then you get killed. Most likely you don't win. And you start over, and you keep having to start over in another game. And it's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of, keeping track of shit. It's too competitive, and it's just repetitive. Repetitive and competitive. I don't know, I've come back to Fortnite to revisit it a few times now. I started playing it in 2018. Was it 2018? When did that game come out? 2017? Wow, it's gonna be 3 years old. So yeah, March of 2018, I think I started playing it. I got really, really into it, obsessed. Both me and Ashley got addicted to this game. And then both of us got sick of it. Well, no, I got sick of it. And she would still play. And then eventually got sick of it too. And we didn't really play it for a while. And then the summer comes around, I buy a Nintendo Switch. And Ashley's mad at me for dropping $300 on a game console that we didn't need. And I'm like, yeah, but first paycheck, I gotta, gotta flex a little bit on him. And she didn't really see a use for having the Nintendo Switch until I was like, hey, it does Fortnite. And you don't have to do it from a laptop anymore. You can just do it on the TV. And she was like, oh, really? And she started using the Switch more than I did. I think somebody's at the door. Okay, I think it was the mail. So I'm hoping that was my unemployment card. Cause that's gonna help a lot. Oh, fuck. I just tossed my jewel at the microphone. I'm so sorry. Okay, so where did we leave off? Yeah, so I was sick of Fortnite. She's playing Fortnite on the Switch, obsessed for like the whole year. Oh my god, it did not stop. I don't think it stopped once. I ended up buying her I almost called it a Switch Pro controller. A Switch Pro controller. So I got the Switch Pro controller. The Switch Pro controller, yeah. And so she did that. That was fun. For her. And I would just game on my laptop and play what was it, Titanfall 2? Titanfall 2 was a really, really fun game. The way you can traverse the walls and shit. Very cool. Very cool game. Back when I had EA All Access, whatever it is. Origin Access. So I was into Titanfall for a while. Then I got into Destiny 2 for a long while. Like really, really hooked on that game. But then, I don't know what came over me, but I decided to get back into Fortnite. Except now I'm playing it on my iPad. Because it's so much easier on iPad. I think that's why. Like, I was getting so many kills and it was actually fun now. It's actually fun now. So, I get obsessed. And then I get my coworker. We share an office at the time, hooked on it too, and he has a gaming phone, like one of those Razer gaming phones, liquid cooled. It's insane. That shit's so cool. Oh my god. I don't game on my phone enough, but if I did, it'd be the one to get. So he gets into Fortnite. One day we're playing it in the office during like a really slow day of IT, towards the end of the day, and our boss comes down for like he's leaving, and on his way out he comes in to say bye. We don't really notice him because we're fucking playing Fortnite. And he's like, "Oh, hey guys, just wanted to say goodnight. What are you doing?" And we're like, And he's like, "Oh, Fortnite. It's a good game. Just make sure no one sees you doing that." And we were like, "Oh, okay. All right." And he was like, "Okay, have a good night." And at the next meeting, one of our bosses brought up, so two of our technicians apparently thought it was okay to be playing Fortnite. And me and my boy look at each other, we're like, oh, fuck. No. So that kind of scarred me from playing Fortnite for a while. For months. I quit that shit because I realized it was becoming a problem in my job, my life. So I gave it up, like Lent. But then, budget cuts are happening. I'm the first to get laid off from the school, from the job in the IT department. So May 31st comes around. I'm out. Now, we moved to a new apartment. It's the summer. We get a desk, which was great. Get that built. I finally have somewhere to put my gaming PC that isn't a bed. Like, holy shit. Awesome. So I set it up one day with the mouse and everything, and I'm like, oh, what should I play? Like, now the world is my oyster. I can actually be a gamer. Because I have a fucking desk. For the first time, like, in forever. Since I was a kid. Dreams do come true. So sad. So I'm like, well, there's one game that's free that I know is going to be quality, that I know I'm going to probably enjoy. And that's Fortnite. So I do it, boot it up, and I'm hooked. I'm in for months. It was summer of Fortnite. It was the summer of Fortnite. So let's see, June, July, August, September, October. I want to say 5 months straight of waking up early, playing Fortnite, doing homework, going to class, coming back, playing Fortnite. I think I was addicted to Fortnite up until I realized I wanted to start my own podcast. Pretty much. Well, no, because then I got Call of Duty in between those two things happening. And then Call of Duty stopped working. I was sick of Fortnite. And I was like, fuck it, I'm starting a podcast where I can talk about all these things. And that is what I did. Podcasting helps me quit Fortnite. And it can help you too. By the way, short news people. We're no longer on Buzzsprout anymore, so if things on the site look different, we switched to Podbean. You can find us there and everywhere else that you already find us. But I've logged 15 days worth of playtime on the new Modern Warfare. 15 days. That's over 2 consecutive weeks worth of playing this game. 2 full weeks of my life devoted to that. You're probably thinking, like, damn, you better be fucking good at this game after all that. I am. Oh, I am. And I signed up for MLG Game Battles. Your boy is in the MLG as a free agent. A free Asian. A free Asian. I'm not racist, but Asian people suck. You know that video? I hate this girl. I don't know if this is real, but I'm not racist, but... Okay, here it is.
Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people
But Asian people? What is so funny about Asian people? What do we do? What did we do to you? Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people? I'm losing my mind in quarantine. It's not even like it's a beautiful day out. It's like cloudy. But it's still nice. Like it looks nice in New York. During the summers. Like when the clouds fill up the sky, but the sun still comes through. So it's bright, even though it's cloudy. I don't know, that's a cool vibe to me. I think this is what Noel Miller was talking about. Too many people unemployed that think they have hot takes. It's me, Mr. Hot Take. I'm trying not to be, like, controversial today. I haven't podcasted in what feels like forever, so and this is good. This is good. You know, I'm thinking though we have to change the useless garbage podcast art. Just because that's like it's meant to be basic. It's supposed to be making fun of Kanye. But I think that kind of got lost on people, and also it just doesn't look appealing. But how do you make something called useless garbage visually appealing? How doth one make useless garbage appealing? I do not knoweth. Dost thou wear thy mother's drapes? I gotta up my Twitter game. I'm just talking about random shit, but like, I really have to up it. We're at 1,292 followers now. We've been kind of stuck around there for a year. I don't know what to do. Like, I went not viral. One of my tweets got liked like 442 times, 29 retweets. That's good for me. That is good for me. Like, and it was at Activision Assist. It was a Kanye meme when he said George Bush doesn't care about black people, but I made it say Activision doesn't care about customers. Just like blocked out the George Bush and black people. Very crudely. And it's perfect. So I posted that in Activision's support Twitter, and people really seem to enjoy that. So I'm trying to do things that people might enjoy. Be like, this guy might be worth following, but no. I'm following the trending, the trending tab with the fucking hashtags. I sound like an old person.
The trending tabs with the hashtags and the zippity bow. 1, 2, zippity zoo.
Is that offensive? Probably. If I even have to ask that question. Okay, I just posted a picture of my guinea pigs. Hopefully that goes somewhere. I don't know, Twitter is hard. I still, after years of having a Twitter account and not having one and having one again, I don't get it. I still don't get it. I think people pay to play, you know what I mean? How else? Unless you're already famous. Or a woman with nice breasts. Or a butt. Either one. That's a good way to market. I don't have that luxury. I wish I did. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm getting this app called Twins. It helps you follow people, they feature you on their site, and then people are like, oh, okay, I'll follow them. This person. Okay. Let's see if they have any apps. Yeah, they don't seem to have any apps for that. That sucks. So yeah, if you want some help with Twitter, I guess for free, Twins. I don't know how it works. I really don't. Oh, so can I? Oh, no. I have to follow these people? I don't know who these people are. Ali Raha _MD. Yo, go follow Ali Raha _MD. He's doing good work, apparently. I don't know that. One sec. Damn, this reflux is a fucking problem. You know what? Let's do this together. Let's look up how to get Twitter followers. Why am I doing this from my phone? I have dual screens in front of me. Get Twitter followers. Real. There's twins. Okay, here we go. Al lead. What is this? Twitter growth service. Get real Twitter followers on autopilot. How much does it cost? What are the plans? Because there's a 10-day trial. $19 a month. One Twitter account, one campaign, 150 new followers, analytics and auto cleanup. No, that seems sketchy. I don't like that. Like more of the reciprocative people looking for the same thing. You can help them and they'll help you type of thing. Danny DeVito. People actually charge for this shit. I'm just looking for a site that puts you out there. A lot of these are just bots. I'm noticing. You don't okay, for anybody who wants to be a public figure of some kind, it's better to naturally grow your profile, your followers with real people. That's why Twins is good, because those people are real accounts and they will decide whether or not they want to keep following you based on the content you put out. So that's pretty cool. But if you pay for fake followers that are, trust me, I've made this mistake with my old account when I was a kid. If you pay for that, it'll look weird because those accounts won't like or engage with any of your tweets, and also they'll unfollow you eventually. You'll go back to the amount of followers you had before you paid for them. So you don't want to do that. But together we're gonna find out how to get to the top. Okay, I found another site that claims they have real Twitter followers. What the hell is wrong with my computer? Okay. Oh, they try to get you with a subscription immediately. $15 a week or $25 a week. Jesus Christ. How do you get Twitter followers for free? Hack your way to 10,000 Twitter followers with these 7 tips. This is going to be some bullshit, isn't it? Just says make your profile look good. Okay, yeah, but what? You need a good bio that looks like something that like describes your profile. Engage with your followers. So talk to people. I'm not very good at being social. Even on social media, I tend to lurk as opposed to being an active participant of the community. I just gather information. It's not good. It's not a good habit. I just don't know what to contribute. That's why I do this podcast alone mostly, but tomorrow, guys, we have a guest. We have a very special guest. So that's going to be fun. But, alright, what else does this say? Fan interaction, mentioning people in posts, brand action, responding to comments, direct messages, live chats on Twitter. This seems like more for brands. Okay, well, here's what's recommended. 15 tweets per day, apparently. 1 at lowest, 51 at highest. You want to tweet once at 2 a.m., twice at 3 a.m. Or no, wait, no. You want to tweet once every hour? Okay. I gotta tweet something. Okay, I did my 1 o'clock tweet. I'll do a 1:30 tweet after that. I'll just keep tweeting. I'm gonna make this my life. Yeah. Okay, we should do let's say we should do a relationship advice, but after listening to a lot of podcasts, I feel like a lot of people do that. It seems like a pretty common thing. I mean, I guess radio shows do that too. Podcast is pretty much that. Can just reach more people than a radio show, just saying. Unless it's the Breakfast Club. That's a different story. They're a big deal. How do you connect contacts? Yeah, okay, I figured out how to connect my contacts to Twitter. But I also don't want to bother people that I know. Okay, what was I saying? Yeah, relationship advice, everybody does that. So I'm like at a crossroads here. Do we try something else? I guess so. We should go back to an Am I the Asshole? It's been a while. Okay, here's one. Am I the asshole for donating my racist son's birthday money to charity after reading his vulgar racist discussion? So me, 44 male, and my ex-wife, 43 female, divorced 6 years ago after I discovered she was having an affair with a guy from work. She married the guy a year later. Oh, she's the asshole already. And we have 50-50 custody of our son, 15 male. I met my girlfriend, 39 female, 2 years ago. And she has now moved in. For our son's 15th birthday, me and my girlfriend visited my ex and her new husband because I wanted my son's birthday to be nice for him, with both of his parents as well as his stepdad and dad's girlfriend, whom he has a good relationship with too. He got 160 euros birthday money from all his relatives, including some rich ones who like to spoil him. He was very happy as he is into photography and he's saving up for a professional camera. The other day while he was at mine, we were having dinner and then his phone vibrated and he went on it and looked like he was typing. We have a strict no phone at the table rule, so my girlfriend told him to put it down. He refused and said he was busy, so I told him hand it over. He refused, so I snatched it off him. Immediately, he kept trying to get it back. The conversation on the phone was very vulgar. It was full of racist comments coming from my son and his best friend. They were praising the Holocaust. They were supporting the KKK. It was sickening to read. I looked at my son, then I handed my girlfriend the phone to look at the messages. She looked shocked, and then I went up to my son's room, him chasing after me. I saw his piggy bank, which had his $150 or euros in it. I grabbed the piggy bank and emptied the money into my hands. I told my son as punishment I was donating his money to charities that support Holocaust survivors. Ooh, and charities that fight racism, etc. He yelled, "I can't," and that was stealing. My son stormed into his room, and I yelled at him for his actions. I usually don't yell at my son, but I was angry here. I grounded him, closed all his social media accounts, and am donating his money to charities that support survivors of the Holocaust and charities that aim to fight racist hate crime. Yesterday morning, my son had gone. Turns out he had snuck out at night and was at his mom's. I got a text from my ex calling me a dick, thief, and I should not have overreacted. She says give back the money or she'll call the cops and go back to court to get full-time custody of my son. My girlfriend says I'm in the right here, and he deserved it, while my wife and her ex-husband are threatening me to call the police. It's been a day now. I was wondering, am I the asshole for taking my son's birthday money to donate to charities because of his racism? No, if he was praising the KKK and praising the Holocaust, that kid deserves to be strung up. I'm sorry. That's not fucking cool. $150? Yeah, you're not taking his fucking college savings. It's $150 and you're donating it to the charities for causes that he is a part of destroying. You're doing the right thing as a parent. You're teaching him a lesson. He's 15. Shouldn't be saying stupid shit on the internet. And your ex-wife is a fucking skank. You shouldn't listen to her. She's a skank that's gonna try to get whatever she wants. And she's not gonna agree with you that your son is being racist and not gonna justify it because she's gonna want to disagree with you. No, you're not the asshole. You did the right thing. Good man. Your son, though, is the asshole. Although some people are saying he's feeding into his racism by taking the money and donating it to the things that he's racist against, giving him a reason to hate those people. No, I think he should have to give up his money. He's 15. That's not stealing. That's a punishment. You're giving it to charity. You're not going out and buying liquor with his money. Just show the cops what he was saying. I disagree with these people. He needs to learn not to say shit like that. I don't know. I'm a little old school. The way I was parented was punishments. So I might be a little biased there. Anyways, I gotta get lunch. Oh my god, I'm hungry. And I gotta clean up a little bit around here. Anyways, happy Sunday. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a very special Memorial Day episode where we will have our first official guest. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location, yes. You want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pregame parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl on location. That's right. Search Super Bowl on location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.